Hello, everybody. Today, so this is I'm just creating some of the what do you call some. It's about my philosophy of life. So it is not related to any subject matter or anything. Uh, you know, because I've lived in this world, right? Every day I live, and it's like when I sleep, it's like I die, and I wake up every day, right? So I just want to share my things, what I feel about life, because to be in life is a amazing experience. So this is just I'm paying homage towards life, right? So my philosophy of life, and it might keep on changing. I'm just saying this, and so that people can hear what I think, right? And my way of thinking should not necessarily align with others' way of thinking, and I totally agree in this, right? And I say what I believe. Nobody has to follow this. Nobody has any compulsion to listen this. I'm just leaving this thing, so that out of 7 billion people, some people might be of my interest, might respect what I say, or might like my thing. And right now the world has gone so far, and with my thoughts, with my thinking process, I cannot even bring it back, because if you keep on practicing certain things for like overtly long time, you feel that is right, okay? But I'm different. I don't feel, I don't, it's not about right or wrong, but it's not connected to my heart, so many things in life. So that is my philosophy of life. So let's keep this in part one. All right. Uh, Sometimes, you help somebody so much. You think about somebody so much. You will wish somebody so much. And our mind, our unconscious mind, or our heart, or our whole system is accustomed in a way. We seek some reciprocation, and it does not happen, right? You feel bad, you go low on energy, right? But here is a solution that I have. A solution is, if that would be the case, the world would be utopian, People do what they see from the acquaintance, right? And it's not anybody's fault, but either don't expect things. It's so difficult. Expecting is automatic, in your automatic instinct. If mother does not foster and bring up their child automatically seeks, love from mother, some protection and security from father, right? Some appreciation and respect from their children. Things goes on that manner. If what you expect does not meet, right? So things, you become unhappy. That is all what it is. But my thinking is, I think totally different. You have to find your space, yes. But there are so many different kind of people. The best thing is you have to speak your heart out. You have to find your space, right? You should learn how to say no, right? But how do you locate your emotion is a thing, right? If you see somebody, who wants some help, who wants to share something, who wants to say something, you don't feel like denying it. But ultimately who wins in this world, especially in the I call it model of capitalism, in this world, It's very crux. Money is crux everywhere, and money is the source, of everything. But who wins is the one who says no, the one who argues, right? And they say no. Because if somebody is loving all the time, if somebody is helping all the time, you don't see help from that person. Because it's all about comparison, right? Day one, you're smiling. Day two, you're smiling. Day three, you're smiling. And day infinity, you're smiling. So your smile becomes a natural phenomena, right? The other example is, if somebody does not smile today, somebody does not smile tomorrow, somebody, does not smile day after tomorrow, and suddenly one day that person smiles, that is more visible, that is more distinct, right? And then you say, oh yeah, he's a very smiling person, right? Now you've been smiling for like 100 days. 100 days just to spread that love and happiness, right? And you are ready to take somebody's unhappiness in you, right? You are thinking about somebody's difficult time, somebody's trying times. You're praying for that. That does not help. You do that. Therefore, Mother Teresa says, one thing I like so much about Mother Teresa's saying is, she says that it is, you just keep on doing things that you like, that you are, but do not expect, and it's ultimately, it's not between you and somebody that you are doing to. It's not between you two guys. It's between you and that God, you and that ultimate source, you and that energy, right? That is the thing. That is the thing that we have to understand. It's so hard. And so many people that I have met so far, they are all brilliant, they are all nice, they are all fit to this society, fit to this world, right? But I'm not telling this that I don't fit, but I'm different. I know what to do, but I cannot comply that with my heart. It's different. Okay, it's so rare experience that you get to experience. Okay, I'll give you one example. For example, a person asked me a favor, right? And he told me, a very, very related, my keen person. There are some, I cannot really mention the relation because I don't want to influence anybody, or I don't want to, and I'm not saying bad to anybody. It's nothing. I'm just telling fact, right? A person told me, could you please send me a recharge card? All right. He's the person, he's the source, and he has done so much in my life. That is there, right? That is there. And that, not only his words came to me, but his feelings, everything came to me, and it ruled over my mentality, it ruled my emotions and everything. I had a choice. Either to send him, like he asked me, 100 rupee recharge card, either to send him 50 rupees recharge card, or go with my feeling. I thought, be honest this time. Be honest the most I can, and I thought, I felt like giving him thing. I gave him 500 rupees recharge card, right? And the time came, when I versus somebody was, that person had power that time, and that person was he was supposed to, or he was to give something to somebody. Like, for example, maybe he had like 1 lakh rupees, or he had some land or something that he could give according to his will, And he called me, he called other guy also. The other guy, I'm just telling the fact, but other guy is such that, if he asked 100 rupee recharge card, he would end up telling I don't have, or he would give like 80 rupees or things like that, But I gave him, like, he asked me 100 rupees recharge card, and I gave him 500 rupees recharge card. That is what I sent him. And it's not about, it is true, it's very digitalized world, I give somebody 100, they give me back. But it's about relation, it's about family, and I went there, right? After I gave him 500 rupees recharge card, I didn't even have, like, I had 15 rupees, 20 rupees left. And the other guy, that is what I'm trying to tell. And the time came. And now he had to choose to give some land, to give some money, because that is the society pattern. And you know what he did? He told that, okay, the guy, you are very extravagant. You spend so much money. I just asked you 100 rupee recharge card and you sent me 500 rupees recharge card. So you're not the right person to give money to. If I give money to you, you will spend. And that's the example that you gave me. Like, I asked for 100 and you give me 500 rupee recharge card. But the other guy handles money so swiftly, so thoroughly, right? He does not spend money. And he got the property and, he got the thing. Now, but he didn't transcend it back. He didn't know that after I gave him 500 rupee recharge card, I didn't call anybody for like 15 another day. He didn't see that love. And I'm not expecting for him to see love, but that is the kind of person I am, right? My philosophy. And I still want to remain same in this lifetime. But see how alone I am in this perspective, in this manner, right? There are so many examples that I can give it to you. And just because I'm giving you examples does not mean I'm centering myself. No. I'm not seeking for any follower. I'm not seeking any favor, anything. I'm just telling things. Who am I? All right, that's all. That happens in every sector, just you see somebody and you try to help people, you well wish for the people, and ultimately things become very different. You have to be ready for that situation. So what I do is, first of all, I try to limit my acquaintances. I try to limit my things, because I'm different. Totally. If somebody is giving me if somebody is giving me 500 rupee extra without knowing, I want to go and return them that money. It's so, there is a huge discrepancy between what you are, what you do, and what you think, right? Everything is, so there are things that has to be understood. But my thing is, sometimes in life, like, Stephen Jobs says, sometimes life hits you in your head with a brick. So I'd like to say the same thing. Sometimes life becomes so difficult, so tough, at the cost of you becoming nice. Right? You become alone because your vision, your thinking is totally different from what others think. You're alone sometimes. For example, there are some baby with extra chromosome, they are like different. They are different than majority. So you become different in your thinking process. People push you down, you be pushed. People push you down, you be pushed. Because it's there. That is what they're going to do. And, even if they want to kill you, let them kill. That is what I think. And it's so very hard statement. It's a very difficult statement. So that's why my point is, before I die from this world, before I take rest from this world, I just want to throw some ideas, what kind of a person I am, and I'm getting to know myself day by day. If the people will not, it's so hard. That is my saying, right? That happens all the time. You find you have a colleague, and you go with them, you help with them, you listen to their all stories, right? You pray for them, you burst down into tears listening to their sentiments. You pray whatever you can from your side to them. Ultimately, they don't recognize you, they don't acknowledge you. And all of a sudden, they take some lopsided, they take some partisan stand, right? You are the one to do, and somebody gets result in the society everywhere. Like even like in college, in school, wherever you teach, if you want some good grades, then you have to be very sensitive as a student. If you want like good grades, then you have to be very nice with teacher. You have to say whatever teacher does to you, right? If you say anything against your teacher, they charge you personally. They don't give you good grades. Even if they find that you are smarter, even if they find that, and your smartness should not be necessarily aligned with ego or anything like that. You're smart, you're creative, that's it. That's all. So what are you supposed to do? When you are generating some ideas, you cook it from your mind, right? You cook it from your brain. People become insecure. So you're so helpless. You feel like talking because you accept the humanity as your family. You talk, now there is a problem, right? If there is somewhere, if somewhere there is like red water or black water, so from the tap you expect black water. Black water comes, right? Red water comes accordingly. And people are feeling insecure that, okay, from this tap the red water came. That tap is helpless because up in the stream there is red water. So that is the thing. You're creative. You do things differently, right? You have certain ethical considerations. You listen to people's problem. You listen to people's heart, right? That is the thing. It is so simple, and people don't take it. It's okay. Let people not take. But the thing is, we all are into this mode of, capitalist mode of production, which means you gotta work, you gotta buy things, you gotta go to supermarket, you gotta negotiate. You have to have that negotiation skills and things like that. And people make you alone. For how long can you resist? That is the thing. And that is the solution you have to find, right? You have to adjust without bitching at anybody or without cursing anybody. You have to forgive things. Therefore, my path is very difficult, You have to forgive. It's nothing, and you have to deviate away from political and moral interpretations. You have to forgive things. You should know that people hit you in your face. You have to forgive them. How difficult is that? It is so difficult, right? So I try to find space. I have so many examples, so many examples. There is a story. I keep on telling stories. That is make-up stories, right? There is a story, Let me tell this in present tense. There is a story. In the story, there is a mother. A mother has two sons, X and Y. Two sons, right? X and Y. And, now mother is getting old. And X decides to stay at home and to take care of mother, to gather the needs, right? Now, when it comes to taking care of older people, aged, people, then you cannot work, right? You don't have time to work and earn some money because you are taking care of her constantly. Every time you are taking care of her, right? Now, because you don't work, you don't have money. The only thing you have is you love your mother so much, right? But what can you do? You don't have money, so you cannot bring any servant or anybody there to take care of your mother. You cannot take her to nursing home. You cannot buy gifts. You cannot do anything because you don't have money. All you wanted is you wanted to be by your mother's side, right? You are just by your mother's side. You're standing just next to mothers all the time. And there is other son. He goes abroad, right? And then he works. It's not his fault. He works. He makes some money, right? And the time comes. It's mother's birthday, right? And he brings, because he has money, he brings like a diamond ring, a gold ring, and things like that. A lot of money to her, right? He comes home. And the other son, who is just taking care of her mother every time, right? Caring after her, babysitting her in a way, nurturing her, sometimes taking care of her bodily wastes also, right? She urinates in a hospital bag, and he throws that. He recycles everything. He even all this bodily wastage he prepares water for her bath, things like that. But the day the other son comes, mother is there, the son is there, the other son is there. One son looks like king because he has money, right? He has money, he has girlfriend. He sometimes, like once a year, he calls his mother and says, Happy Amakumukhanuddin. He sends her gifts and things like that. The other son, he cannot do because everybody has like 24 hours, right? 12 hours, everybody. Like 8 hours, everybody sleeps. And then when he's in a situation where he cannot leave his mother because she's ill, she's not feeling well. And the other guy does not have money. Definitely, you look at the stars, you don't look down, right? You look at the bright things. Therefore the other son he didn't have money. So when he don't have money, he cannot buy anything. So he's in a very old clothes, staying there, and he looks like a servant. The other looks like king, right? And constantly mother is, and he brings like gold gift and diamond gift and whatever. And the other guy, what can he bring? He cannot bring anything, right? He just says, I love you, mom. He just writes in a paper, I love you, mom, and he gives to the mom, right? And the mom cries so much looking at the son who gives her gold and diamond rings and says that you are the son that I wanted. Thanks God, there is somebody, a son like you. Look at him. He's not doing anything. He's wasting his time. That is what she says, right? And this is just my piece of story, one story. Now, from this, I hope I understand world, because what I do is I try to create stories, and from stories, I understand the world, right? And that is what it is. And my kind of personality, my kind of person is the other son, that the poor son, or, that is my thing. Now, imagine what is your life going to be. It is so simple to disrespect somebody. It is so simple to become greedy. It is so simple to become selfish. It is so simple to become self-oriented, right? Now what we do is, and I have studied also, our mind, for example, if you're staying with somebody for like 30 days, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 29th, or day 28th, you forget everything. If somebody is doing very good on day 30, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, somebody is doing so good to you. Somebody is taking care of you. And all of a sudden, one day, One day somebody who was not even doing anything for all these days comes at the 30th day and gives things or helps, or does something, then now they become your thing. You recognize them and you appreciate them and things like that. Look at the other guy that was there for every day. See how selfish is the world? That is what selfishness is, right? A help is a help where you deviate from your route. That is help. For example, if I'm going to east direction, and if I have to take somebody, if I have to give lift, or if I have to take somebody to west direction, and I happily take, that is help. But if I am going east, right, and if somebody is also going east, and if I'm taking that person to east, it's not that help. You know what I'm saying? A help is a help. For example, if I want to go somewhere, if somebody want to go somewhere, if we go together, that is not help. That is not real help, a full-fledged help. But if I don't want to go and I'm going because that might benefit somebody, that might help somebody, that is help. But the help that I'm saying, the real help does not exist in this world, I guess. It is next to, penultimate to, does not exist. And I'm not being boasted, or I'm not, telling things that is, I'm not putting me in center, but it is true. It is true. My friend, if you're listening to this and if you're like my type, you better think, right? Justice is not there these days. Justice is evolved from all these injustices. Justice is a plan. Justice is a pattern. Who cares about you? Everybody is self-oriented. Everybody climbs the tree, where you have fruits. That is true. And I suggest my immediate people to become that, to become selfish. I'm helpless because I cannot, if I do things that my heart does not agree, I try to intra-communicate myself, and there is conflict within